17. My daughter's 17. My birthday happens to be December 17th. Shop early, shop often. 17 is also the number of people that were killed by the psychopath in Florida yesterday. And the usual argument has popped up yet again, how we need to ban guns and, the assault rifle ban, and we need armed teachers. It's the same argument that's going to have the same solution. Nothing's going to get solved because, again, only the two extremes of the argument are being heard. This kid, I won't say his name because I'm not going to make him a superstar. This kid bought an AR-15 type rifle, passed the background check. So the law worked. As far as we know, he didn't have any documented mental issues. Well, as far as I know, he didn't have any documented mental issues that would have raised any red flags. So again, he's within the letter of the law. That being said, now that this obviously unstable person has a gun, he goes to the school that he was expelled from with this weapon. He was not stopped. I don't know if there was any security at the school, but if there was, he was not stopped. Pulls a fire alarm, gets everybody outside, and proceeds to loosing a storm of bullets and killing 17 innocent people. The law worked. The system worked. And 17 people died. Obviously, the system is broken. The system needs work. Because this is happening way too many times to simply sweep this under the rug and say that we have enough gun laws on the books, we don't need to do anything. No. Something is not working. I have to agree with those who are calling for mental health checks being required as part of the background check. I am also finding myself agreeing with those who say that the states should be required by the federal government to report any and all information on those who are applying for a gun. They should be reporting this information, this criminal and mental health background information, to the federal government so they can be approved or rejected when it comes to having a gun, because this is happening way too often, and the same excuses are being trotted out by the pro-Second Amendment crowd about the system working. And I include myself in that. My vid on the Las Vegas shooter said the same thing. Well, he bought all those guns legally. He didn't raise any red flags. Well, now I know why he didn't raise any red flags, because had he had any convictions or mental health issues, the state of Nevada, or in this case the state of Florida, is not required to provide that information to the federal government in their database so he can be either approved or rejected for a gun. The system needs to change. I'm sorry, this is happening way too often to not do something. That's one side. The other side that I want to talk about is the absolute fantasy of gun-free zones. Just like the background check system is broken and not working, gun-free zones are not working. Gun-free zones are shooting galleries for the psychopaths who decide that they didn't like the fact that the head cheerleader rejected them for prom, so they're going to go kill 20 people. Gun-free zones don't keep anyone safe. The only people that they serve are the psychopaths who run into these gun-free zones because they know nobody's going to shoot back, because, we can't have armed security on campus because, that creates a danger. that creates a bigger danger than allowing a mass shooter to be the only one with a weapon. That creates a bigger danger than having the police a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes away, and in the meantime, bullets are flying and people are dying. Gun-free zones do not work. They don't. They never have. They never will. We protect banks with guns, but we don't protect our kids with guns. Now, I'm not advocating that every teacher walks around packing heat. That's not what I'm advocating. What I am advocating is perhaps hiring private security or veterans to patrol the school. That way, you have somebody who would be known to law enforcement. Their name and face would be known to law enforcement. So when law enforcement does show up, they don't kill the guy who is either stopping the mass shooter or has already stopped him. He doesn't become a casualty for doing the right thing. But the systems that we have in place as of right now on both sides of the argument, neither one is working. Gun-free zones don't work. The background check system needs work. It is not working, at least not the way it's supposed to. I want to wrap this up by saying this. The more this happens, these mass shootings, and the more apathy that is shown by those in Washington, by the average American who just shrugs their shoulders and says, there's another one, and the absolute hysteria that comes out from the extremes when this happens, both the anti-gun and pro-gun crowd, you're not doing anybody any favors. We need to look at what works, look at what doesn't. What doesn't work, get rid of it or fix it. What does work, keep it in place, see if we can improve it. Because the shouting match that we have every time this happens, that's not working either.